Hey guys, it's Anne. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're back in the bed. Again, I know my last video was in the bed too, but this video is specifically in the bed to be comfy and cozy, and we're just gonna chat. We're gonna talk. This video is the start of my new kind of mini series, or whatever you want to call it. Kind of along the lines of Small Channel Sunday, where it's like a sporadic post, but this one is unscheduled. So they're just going to be called Let's Chat. That's like the name of the series. That's why this video is like, Let's Chat, da 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 da. I will just be sitting down in these videos talking about topics that I come up with or that you guys suggest. I did ask you guys over on my Instagram what you would like me to just chat about, so I have a couple ideas, but today is something that was requested a while ago, actually. This was like strictly just to do a video on, and it kind of sparked the interest of wanting to do this series. I don't remember who asked the question. I will put it somewhere though, but thank you for the suggestion. I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and I want to help. So obviously what we're going to be talking about today is how to tell your friends and your family or your loved ones about your dolls, or just about your YouTube channel. When it comes to telling people about my dolls, I haven't had too much of a struggle with it, just because it has been just part of me for so long, like since I was a kid. But telling people about my channel can be a little bit harder. It's getting easier just because I'm getting a little more confident with it, but it's just, I don't know, like, it's not that I'm embarrassed, it's just that people are mean sometimes, unfortunately. So starting off, I'm just going to be giving some advice and some of my experiences on telling people about your dolls specifically, not your channel. So when it comes to telling my family, it's not very hard, mainly because I live with my parents still, and like they just see it. But I grew up with the dolls, obviously I had them growing up, but when I was 19 years old, I kind of started to get back into them. I started buying stuff off Mercari. I don't know what sparked that interest, but all of a sudden I was like, I'm back into dolls. It's not like I ever fell out of love with them or anything. They were just in storage and I would get them out sometimes, but it wasn't like they were in my room all the time like they are now. When I started buying stuff for my dolls again, like my parents weren't like upset or like questioning it. They were just like, oh, and my mom always thinks it's cool. Like she's not super into it, obviously, like she doesn't have dolls of her own, but she was always like, oh, that's really cool. And like every time I draw her something, she was really like supportive and excited for me. And kind of same thing with my dad. My dad just doesn't like having a bunch of clutter. I mean, he does, he likes having his own clutter. Like he doesn't want my clutter in his space. But with my dad and both of my parents, they are just glad that I'm doing something that makes me happy, because I've had a rough few years and this is something that genuinely brings me joy. And my dad really understands me when it comes to like the depression, I guess, kind of. And just like, we have very similar mentalities because I get a lot of my issues from his side of the family. So like, we just really understand each other, and we both have our little things that we do that bring us joy. And my mom's just not like that, but my dad is very supportive of it because he knows it makes me happy. And I do have a brother. He doesn't live at home anymore. My brother is older than me, but he obviously knew I loved dolls growing up. And when I go visit him where he lives now, like I brought my dolls and he's like, really, you brought your dolls with you? But like, he doesn't like, he's not like weirded out by it or anything. Like he understands, like he has his little things too. He loves Lego Star Wars. He loves Lego Star Wars so much. He buys Legos all the time. So it's like, it's the same but different. Like he likes to build his Lego sets and I like to buy dolls and dress them and, you know, all this stuff. And it wasn't like hard to tell him like, oh yeah, I still like my dolls, just because it's just always been something that's like been up in the air forever. I have a sister-in-law too. My brother is married. They got married in 2021, and like, I don't really remember how like I told her about my dolls, I guess. I think it was just like, oh, here they are, look at them. But she thinks they're really cool. She did not have any growing up, but she is like very interested. Like anytime I would get something, she's like, oh my god, I want to see, like show me. So very supportive of it. Now with like extended family, like my grandma still buys me doll stuff to this day. She has bought me more doll stuff than anybody. But like my aunts and my uncles, like some of them know about it, some of them don't. I'm close with some of my aunts, and one of them knows that I have my dolls still and I still buy stuff for them, because her daughter, my cousin, had Sage, and I was like, do you still have Sage, and can I buy her from you? And she was like, why? And I like explained, but I did not get my Sage doll for my aunt. I obviously bought her on eBay. And like I was talking to her about it like the other day when we were at my grandparents' house. Like it's just something that's like always been in the air. Like everybody knows it because at Christmas, like I always got doll stuff. So when it comes to telling friends as an older person, as an adult, I guess, it's like weird to think I'm an adult still sometimes. I don't know. I have had like ins and outs with a lot of friends over the last couple years. I haven't had like a very solid friend since I was in high school, and I wasn't super into dolls when I was in high school, but my best friend, she had dolls as a kid, and like I would tell her I'd get a new one, she'd be like, oh yeah, cool, but like I only got one new doll while I was in high school, so it wasn't something that I had to really deal with in high school. But I do still have some advice for you who are teen collectors, are in high school still, or even college. So my coworkers at my old job, I worked there for 3 years, so I was very close with all of them. And I have a really close friend, she's still my close friend, her name is Allie. And I don't remember telling her about my dolls. I don't know when I did. When I would buy stuff for my dolls, I would like send her a picture and be like, oh, that's cute. She never had them as a kid growing up, but she like understands. Like she gets, like she just knows that like it makes me happy and like she doesn't care. My advice to you guys who are struggling with telling your friends, younger or older people, like if somebody doesn't accept you for who you are and what you love, then they're not worth it. And that can be something that's hard to grasp because you could really like someone, and honestly, if you're scared to tell them, that's not a very good sign. That's just my opinion though, because I'm a big believer that you outgrow people when you outgrow a version of yourself. That is what I live by with all of my past friends, because I'm a different person than I was when I was friends with this person. And then my high school best friend, we are not the same people as we were in high school, which is why we're not friends. We outgrew versions of each other. And that's not saying that you can't have lifelong friends. I have lifelong friends. I have friends that I've known since I was a fetus. And we grew up together. We don't see each other very often, and we might not even talk that often, maybe once a year, but they will always be like those people that you care about. But that's like besides the point. I'm kind of rambling now. But with that being said, there are so many hobbies out there, and this just for some reason is one that has a stigma behind it, and I will actually be doing a video talking about the stigma behind adult and teenage collectors in particular, but right now I'm just talking about the hobby as a whole, because like I said, my brother collects Lego Star Wars and he's 20 something, he's older than me, but that's not seen as weird. And maybe it's different because some Lego sets are like specifically targeted to adults because that's normal. But when it comes to American Girl, it's not. And I don't know if that's because of American Girl's brand itself or if it's just people and like society. And I think that's what makes telling people harder, just because dolls are seen as a kid's toy. They're seen, like when you say dolls, like I think of like Barbies or baby dolls. And that's a kid thing, right? Like that's what you do when you're little, not when you're whatever, 20, 30, 40, and so on, and younger, like teens. So what I'm trying to say is if you tell someone about your dolls or you show them and they're like super weirded out by it and they're just like, why do you have those? That's not somebody that is worth keeping in your life. That can be hard to hear because you could really like this person, but if somebody doesn't love you for who you are, they aren't worth it. Because, I don't know, I have struggled for a very long time trying to figure out myself, because my entire life I grew up trying to fit in. I grew up trying to make other people happy and to bring other people joy, and in like the last year or so I finally was like, why can't I be happy? Why can't I do what I want to do? And why can't I just live my life for myself and not for others? And when I finally started doing that, I gained more confidence. I was 100% happier, and I met really cool people that understand me and that love me for who I am, and I don't have to try to blend in with them. I don't have to try to fit in. I don't have to try to be on trend with everything because I am my own person. That is some advice I would try to give you guys. Just live your life for yourself. Put yourself first. That's okay. It's totally okay to put yourself first. No one says you can't. And sometimes that could mean not having very many friends. I don't have very many friends. I have Allie and I have Dominic, which is my boyfriend, and my mom. Like, and Megan, but I mean, those are online friends. Those are different than people that you like see in person constantly. And I like having time to myself. I like today, I'm just sitting around. This is the third video I'm filming today because I just like to be in my own space and have my own time. And if you don't like that, if you like to be busy with people all the time, then you need to find that crowd of people that will love you for who you are. And that's totally okay. It's okay to be a social butterfly and to have so many friends. I'm just a little bit of an introvert, if you couldn't believe it. I also was asked, how did you tell your boyfriend about your dolls? So Dominic and I have been together for over a year now. It's been like a year and a half-ish. I don't know. We don't really keep track. We started hanging out, I think in June. Yeah, June of 2021. So it hasn't been quite a year and a half yet, but whatever. But we worked together and that's how we met. And I was very outgoing at that job, so I would just talk and say what was on my mind, and everybody there knew that I loved dolls, and he was working, and I showed him this. I think I showed him Kit's bed when I was going to buy it, but I don't remember. But I was like, should I get this? And I don't even think we were dating at the time yet, actually. But I was like, should I get this? And he was like, what? He was like, okay. But then it just slowly was talking about it more and showing more stuff. And when he started coming to my house, after we had been talking back and forth for a while, I would show him, and I don't know, it just kind of happened. I don't have so much advice as how to say it on that, but that would be a little bit, I guess. I mean, he loves me and accepts me for it. He has his little hobbies too. He likes working on cars, which that's very, very, very normal, but he doesn't think any less of me because I like dolls. He buys me stuff. He bought me doll stuff for Christmas. He bought me a doll. He wants to be in my videos. That means so much to me because I've never had somebody that genuinely cares about me that much. And I feel so many of you guys have said this on videos that he's in, he's such a great person, he's a keeper, this and that. That's so true. If you guys knew my situation and what I have gone through, he is out of this world amazing. And I'm so grateful for him. I'm so grateful, and I hope that you guys find that somebody too who loves you and accepts you for everything that you are and everything that you have, because it is such a great feeling to feel that loved. So that's kind of my advice on how to tell family and friends and significant others about your dolls. Just do it, and if they don't accept you for who you are, they aren't worth it. Now onto the YouTube portion of it. If you have a YouTube channel and how to tell people about that. I don't know if this is the correct term, but I was a closeted YouTuber. That's not right, but you guys know what I mean. I wasn't super open about it, but my boyfriend, he was the one that really helped me get motivated to start my channel. I was I kind of want to do this. I was talking to him about it, and I was I think I'm gonna finally do it. Let's go. He was my first subscriber. He watched my videos religiously, and he was just always supporting me through it all. Every time I hit a milestone, he was there. When I hit 100 subscribers, I FaceTimed him sobbing, and I was oh my God. And he has just been so supportive, and I'm very grateful for that. But it could have gone south quickly, but I'm lucky. I'm definitely lucky. But when it comes to telling your family about it, I have told my parents and my brother. I don't really know who else I would even tell, because I'm not super close with a lot of people in my family. They're obviously my family, but with telling my mom, I literally just walked out into the living room, and I was Mom, I have something to tell you. If you think it's stupid, oh well, but I'm really happy about it. And I was I have a YouTube channel. And I told her back when I had almost 400 subscribers. I was I almost have 400 subscribers, blah, 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 this and that. And she was that's so cool. That's not stupid. And then we sat there and talked about it for 30 minutes. And then I was showing her some videos, and then my dad walked into the living room, and then I just told him, I was yeah, I started a YouTube channel. And that was that. Because my parents know that that's something I like doing, and obviously, and like I said, they just want me to be happy. With my brother, I don't know. Oh, I do know. So my brother and his family came home last weekend when I'm filming this, but they came home last weekend and my brother walked in my room and I had my ring light sitting by my bed and he was like, sorry if this is inappropriate, like, sorry, but my brother was like, why do you have a ring light? Do you have an OnlyFans? That's just my brother, that's just him. But I was like, no, I have a YouTube channel for my dolls. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, like I started a while ago. And I was like, I almost have 700 subscribers. And he was like, oh, like I didn't really know that many people were into that. And I was like, you'd be surprised. Like there's a lot of us. And then like that was kind of that. And then like we just talked about it a little more. Like we didn't go like super into detail about it, but when it comes to telling friends, same thing goes as when you're telling them about your dolls. I don't have very many friends, so I told Allie when I first started my channel about making YouTube, and she was like, that's really cool, like that's not dumb. Same thing with my mom. I was like, it's kind of stupid, blah blah blah, and then she's like, it's not dumb, like that's something that you like doing. And like she doesn't like watch my videos a whole bunch or anything. She has a busy life, but I don't expect her to like constantly be watching my stuff, but like she's always very supportive about it. And like anytime like I get something for my dolls, obviously like I said, I show her. But yeah, she is always very supportive about it. So I think that is all I have to say about this. I didn't have anything like wrote out or planned. It's called a Let's Chat because that's what it is. We're just talking. It's super casual, it's super laid back, and I'm really excited about this just because like I do really just like talking, I don't know, giving advice, and because like I know I have definitely struggled with telling people about my dolls, so I'm glad that I can hopefully help some of you guys. If you have any further questions about this topic, comment them, send me an email, send me a letter, send me a direct message over on Instagram, whatever works best for you, and we can chat about it. I'm here for all of you for way more stuff than doll stuff. If you ever need to talk to anyone about anything, I'm your girl. If you guys have any other Let's Chat topic requests, leave them down below. I do have a list of about 7 or 8 that I plan on doing, and I'm really excited, but if you guys have any, leave them down below. I hope this was a fun video for you guys to watch. I like making videos where it's just kind of like you're sitting down with a friend, or like I love watching YouTube videos while I'm eating. Like I'm an iPad kid, I have to watch something while I'm eating, and I like longer videos, or when I'm getting ready in the morning. Stuff that's just easy to listen to. So I hope this can be that for you guys. I'm really excited about this series, and I'm so grateful for all of you. You have no idea. This is just an incredible place to be, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I know I say that often, but I seriously mean it. I mean it. So that is all for this Let's Chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!